Lesson 1-1, Expressions and Formulas. And in Lesson 1-1, we're learning about the order of operations. Order of operations is please excuse my dear Aunt Sally, where it's parentheses, exponents, multiplication and division left to right, and then addition and subtraction left to right. So the problems that we selected are, start with problem 17, find the value of each expression. Where in problem number 17, we're asked to find 7 minus 20 divided by 5. First thing you have to do is you have to take care of the 20 divided by 5 because that's the division. So we're going to take and do 7 minus 4 because 20 divided by 5 is 4. Now we can go in and take 7 minus 4 and get 3 for an answer. Problem 23, we have 4 plus 64 divided by the quantity 8 times 4 divided by 2. Because there's parentheses, we have to take care of the parentheses first. So we have 4 plus 64 divided by 32, because that's what 8 times 4 is. And then we'll divide that by 2. Now the order of operations says, do your multiplication division left to right, whichever comes first. So we have to take care of the 64 divided by 32 first. So when we take 64 divided by 32, we're going to come up with a 2. So now we have 4 plus 2 divided by 2. We take care of the 2 divided by 2, and we'll get 4 plus 1, which is 5. When you look at problem 27, they have brackets, parentheses, everything in there. So you start with the innermost set of brackets. And you should show your work again on all of them as you step your way through it. So the first thing we're going to take care of is we're going to take care of that 3 times 2, which is 6. Now we took care of the parentheses that we had. The next step is to take care of the brackets with the 11 minus 6 in there, which will give us a 5. Now we can take care of the brackets that's 10 divided by 5, which will be 2, and adding the 12 to the 2, we get 14. The last problem on this screen is problem 31, where it's 45 times the quantity 4 plus 32 divided by 10. That division bar for the fraction is a grouping symbol. So we have to do the numerator, the top part first, then the denominator, the second part. So following the order of operations, I have to take care of that 4 plus 32, which is 36. Now I have to take 45 times 36. I get 1,620. That's going to be divided by 10. Remember, when you're dividing by the numbers that end in 0, the zeros can cancel out at the end, and you're left with 162. From there, we move into evaluating. Evaluate means substitute in and then simplify up the expression. They're telling us that W is equal to 6, X is 0.4, Y is 1/2, and Z is a negative 3. So in problem 39, I'm going to replace the W with the 6. I'm going to replace the Z with the negative 3. Anytime you have a negative number, it's best to put it in parentheses so that you don't forget about it being negative. So order of operations again says do your multiplication and division because we don't have any exponents or parentheses to worry about. So I'm going to have 6 plus a negative 4. And now I'm going to take the 6 and negative 4, add them together, and I get a 2. Problem 42 has us doing the same thing. W is a 6. Now we're going to take 3 times x, which is a 0.4. And then we're going to add y, which is 1/2. Again, follow your order of operations. We have to do our multiplication shown. Again, there's no exponents. The parentheses I put in there to show that I'm multiplying 3 times the 0.4. So we're going to go in and do that multiplication of 3 times 0.4. And that's going to give me a 1.2. So now I have 6 minus 1.2 plus 1/2. Order of operations says do any of your subtraction or addition left to right. Doesn't matter which one comes first. So I'm going to take the 6 minus the 1.2. Get a 4.8 plus 1/2. Now add the 4.8 plus the 1/2 together, and you come up with 5.3. Next one we have a set of parentheses and an exponent, so again, substituting what we have. W is a 6, and x is a 0.4. So take care of the parentheses first. I get -1 squared plus the 0.4. Now anytime you're entering a negative number into the calculator, you don't need the calculator on this problem, but anytime you enter a negative number into the calculator, make sure you use parentheses. A negative times a negative is always a positive, so I come up with 1 plus 0.4, which gives me 1.4. And the last one throws in multiplication, subtraction, division, and then we have 2 times a -3 minus 15 times the 0.4 all over 3 times 1/2. It's always best to write in, substitute in, show what you're doing. So 2 times -3 is a -6. 15 times 0.4 is a 6, but we have a subtraction, so we're going to take 6, the -6 minus 6, all over 3/2. When I take 6 minus 6, I get a -12 over 3/2. And when I take a -12 and divide by -3/2, I get a -8. And the last one we picked for this lesson was a story problem. And story problems seem to be struggling points. This one is problem 54 from the fireworks. It says, suppose you're about a mile from the fireworks display. You count 5 seconds between seeing the light and hearing the sound of the firework display. You estimate the viewing angle is about 4 degrees using the information at the left. Now, if you look in your book, it's off to the left in a little box, and there's a little red dotted line that leads you from problem 54 up to the box. Estimate the width of the firework display. And when you look in the box, the equation is W equals 20 AT. A is the width in feet, A is the estimated viewing angle, and T is the time in seconds. So when you go back, you read the story problem. It says you count 5 seconds. So right there is our T value. And they give us the angle as 4 degrees. So when you look at that, you've got your angle measured. Always go back, read a story problem several times. Now I can go in and I can substitute in. My angle measure is 4. My T is 5 seconds. So when I multiply, I get 20 times 4 is 80. Multiply it by 5, I get 400. Now, it's a story problem. Story problems need labels. So we're talking about the width in feet. So my answer is 400